Got my nigga Cheese in this bitch. Midwest UGK, nigga. You already know. I said my hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. This 100-round drummy. It'll knock a nigga right down. My dope on my scale. It be knocking watch lights out. My spot do be booming. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. My hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. When it comes to watching the rise and the fall, the fastest rise and fall in hip hop of a record label, of an actual movement, I think we watched YSL and Young Thug rise and fall faster than we saw Death Row Records rise and fall. And at the same time, ruin the region that been running hip hop for the last 20 plus years, right? And just a few jail calls, Young Thug has seemed to do just that, is ruin not only Atlanta, but ruin Atlanta's run on hip hop, because at the end of the day, Young Thug is responsible for putting a lot of people on. So it's hard to say he didn't do good things when he did so much bad. But we also seen a lot of people turn on Young Thug. But is it wrong that they turned on Young Thug when Young Thug might have turned on them way before they ever turned on Young Thug? And we're going to get into it, man. YSL Mondo, who is a former member of YSL, been speaking out a lot lately, right? And we about to get into this video because he got some points. And who better to make the best points than the people that was around what was going on, but might have happened to separate themselves at the same time. So we're going to get into this video of YSL Mondo talking about Young Thug and why he feel like Young Thug is the biggest rat in Atlanta, and how he was ratting before Yak Gotti, Funk, his brother, anybody that Gunna, anybody else that took the plea deal, right? So YSL Mondo is really saying that Young Thug started this RICO, and we're gonna get into this video because I want to see what y'all think too. Do y'all feel like he accurate about what he's saying? Let's go.
I can't wait a few days and then just be like, no, I'm gonna leave Shout alone. No, bro. But that need to be talked about. Cause when I really sit back and think, this is what made me say, you know what, I'm gonna get back on this bitch and say something else. Fuck that. Cause when I really think about it, I just really put the pieces to this shit the real way, right? Motherfucker was trying to say, oh man, Woody started the RICO. Oh man, da-da-da. Okay, let's go back a little bit, y'all. I want everybody to use their brain for a second, right? Tell me if I'm lying, though. Walaikum assalam, Robin Tullah Barakatu. What's up, my brother? Tell me if I'm lying, though, y'all. Didn't the Lil Wayne tour bus shit happen before Nut got killed? Before any of that shit happened? Before anybody else told about anything? Buddy, you the first nigga to tell, buddy. You the first nigga going that motherfucker talking to the police. Facts. That was way before the goddamn, before Nut got killed and some more shit. So you mean to tell me, buddy, you was the first, you the reason why the RICO started, nigga. Fuck that. I ain't finna keep beating around the bush. Nigga, you the reason why the RICO started, buddy. Let's keep it real. Come on, man. Let's keep it real. Buddy, you the reason why the RICO started.
Now, if by any chance it's a fact that Mondo wrong, leave it in the comments because I want this to be accurate. Like, but Mondo was part of YSL at some point, so he know about certain things that was going on in time periods that certain things was going on. And I'm pretty sure he just sat back and said, you know what? Because for him to think like he thinking right now and speak on what he's speaking right now and say what he's saying about Thug being the biggest rat and speaking out first, when he wasn't supposed to be speaking at all, well before all these other people spoke, is crazy, because you holding them accountable for something that you feel like they didn't do correctly or right or stick to the code, but he didn't either, allegedly. But we all heard the tape.
Come on, bro. Like I said, I wasn't gonna talk about it no more, but I ain't let up off the rest. I ain't let up off of Gunna like that. I was on Gunna ad when the shit first happened. I was on Wu ad when it first happened. You feel me? I can't let Buddy just get out that easy, cause when I said, when I think about it, brother, you the reason, nigga, you told before Nut got killed, you told nigga, you was already telling. You was already telling, my brother. You the first nigga to tell. You the first nigga to tell. Start telling. You the first nigga start talking to the police. The Lil Wayne too, but shit happened way, way, way before that. You the reason why the Rico started, nigga. You been telling. And you running around these motherfuckers talking about did that in the third. But I'm talking about you a rat, a nigga. Oh, I can smell you all in interview. I can smell a rat. Come on, man. Come on, man. Talking about you can smell a rat. Nigga, you been rat. You the biggest rat. You a possum. You the biggest rat it is, buddy. You was a possum. That shit ain't right, bro. And you had all these motherfuckers running around these motherfuckers.
Y'all remember when Thug was on $1 Million Worth of Game and he said out his own mouth that it's to the point where he can tell by looking at a nigga if he would tell or not. Well, how didn't you know 85% of the niggas that was in YSL that got knocked when you got knocked was gonna take them pleas like they did? You should have knew that when you were saying that. You should have looked around in the room and you should have knew that most of the niggas that's in this room right now gonna go against me when these charges come. But you didn't know that, so really you was just talking. Thug was just talking, bro.
Like you ruined a lot of people's lives down there, bro. For real, bro.
For real.
You ruined a lot of people's lives, bro. That shit ain't right, bro. That shit ain't right, gang. Cause it's like we built this shit off of trying to make it out, this shit, bro. I started this shit because I seen something like, I just seen something else like within how we was being loyal, bro, and how we was operating. We didn't start this shit to be no slimy, grimy niggas. That's not what the slime meaning was to me, y'all. It wasn't. But you made this shit into something else, bro. We did this shit to make it out, bro. We ain't make this, bro. We ain't do this shit to keep doing the same shit we was already doing. It's like, bro, what did you expect to happen, my brother? When we did this shit, bro, when you first started getting money, the rap shit blew up for you the real way, and you seen your first million, which I was in prison already. But when you was seeing your first little couple 100,000, when we made it out for real, basically, bro. Bro, we ain't never supposed to never look back to none of that shit we used to do, bro. We ain't supposed to go back to that tight goof ass shit, bro, when none of this shit happened. You sunk the ship, my brother. And it's so crazy when I say you ruined so many people's lives, because you had so many people, niggas like me, investing my energy and investing so much into you and love and loyalty into you that, nigga, I put my own rap career on the back burner, nigga. I kind of went down, bro, when I started coming to Cleveland, bro. Everybody who know, everybody in these streets, bro. Everybody in these streets, everybody who from Atlanta who truly genuinely know me for real personally, know Mondo was already in rotation. I was already like a little fly little young nigga. I've been like this as a kid. I don't know how many times I gotta say this. I came around with motion. I came around with paper. That's why niggas wanted me around. Cause they seen how me and my crew, me and my niggas who I came around with, who I brung around, they seen how we was operating. They liked it. They like, damn, boy, them boy, I like how them boy move and how them boy operate. So they wanted niggas like me around, bro. Like, I was already, you feel me? I was already.
And shout out to the gas company too, because I got this video off his channel, man. Y'all go over there to the gas company, man. He trying to get his channel monetized, man. Y'all pipe him up, man. Go ahead and hit that like button over there. Subscribe to his channel, man. Support what's going on over there, man.
Like this. I ain't just started being like this when I went down, bro. I started doing little boy Larry shit and went down when I came hanging on Cleveland. I ain't even from the three. Let's get that understood. My hood was mad at me, man. I feel like what that boy Wayne say, boy, I ain't even from the three. My hood was angry at me. That's true facts, bro. Bro, from the west side, Vine City to be exact, bro. My hood used to beef with Cleveland. My hood was looking at me kind of crazy, like, damn, what the hell Mondo doing hanging on Cleveland? What the hell made Mondo start hanging on Cleveland? But one of my best friends, Buck, who is from the West Side, he migrated to Cleveland. That's who kind of started, like, that's who I started pulling up on. Before I even started, I ain't pull up on Thug. I was pulling up on Buck. It just so happened Buck and Thug was around, like, they was around each other all the time. So I just end up, all of us just started kicking it. That's how that happened. But I said I wasn't going to talk about it no more, y'all. I really said I wasn't going to talk about this shit or put my energy toward this shit no more. But it's just the more and more I just think about it, I'm like, man, Buddy ass is really a fucked up individual. You're a fucked up individual, bro. You ain't right, bro. You ain't right, twin. You started the Rico, bro. We can't be mad. I feel so bad, y'all, because I was the nigga on this motherfucker, bro. I was the nigga on this motherfucker that was doing the most about Shawty. Like, cause when nobody else speaking up, when nobody else saying that, I was on this motherfucker talking about Gunna. I was on this motherfucker talking about Lil Woody, and I feel so bad. That's why I'm cool with Lil Woody now. Because I felt this man pain, bro. I had one brief talk with this man. And I felt this. I felt the pain in him, bro. Like, damn. Buddy did some fuck. Like, bro, you did some bullshit, bro. You was the first nigga to rap. Buddy, Thug, Spider, whatever you want to call yourself. I'm going to call you Big Pop. I'm going to call you Possum now because you's the biggest rap. You started telling first, nigga. Lil Wayne tour bus happened before Nut got killed. Before any of this shit happened. Before Lil Woody even came around like that, nigga, I want to say. Buddy, you been telling. Buddy, you told first. The Lil Wayne tour bus shit happened way before all that. You the first nigga that was in the interrogation room talking to 12. You feel me? Come on, man. And you had paper then. But you could have walked right in that motherfucker. Hey, man, y'all talking to my lawyer. I'm having paper. My lawyer paid up. You was having paper then, buddy. You feel me? You having paper. They go to show you, bro, you really kind of stupid. You really slow and stupid. You really ain't got no sense, man. Come on, man. You ain't got no sense, bro. That's why I always...
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Kenneth Copeland, better known as Lil.
What the fuck just happened? Oh, yeah.
And you had paper then, but you could have walked right in that motherfucker. Hey, man, y'all talking to my lawyer. I'm having paper. My lawyer paid up.
Now, okay, if Douglas snitched way back in the day before any of these niggas told, right? That does make him the leader of the pack, but he also was the leader of the niggas, a group of niggas that he was misleading because he wasn't who he said he was. So that makes Thug wrong, but at the same time, these jail calls leaking. Do y'all think these jail calls coming out and Thug saying certain things about people that's from Atlanta in these jail calls that he shouldn't be saying about them? Or, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're going to be offended about it when they hear what he's saying. Y'all don't think all of this together is dividing? It was bad enough him and Lucci was into it because it was making people kind of have to pick a side. Either you going to mess with Lucci or you going to mess with Thug. Then Thug and Lucci end up going down. Now we hearing Thug. We never heard calls leak about Lucci talking about all these niggas from Atlanta. Thug pillow talked the entire time he was in jail. And most of these rap niggas was on the other line listening to this nigga pillow talk about other niggas because they was having opinions about the perspective that Thugger was having toward these niggas. It ain't no way that a bunch of grown, self-proclaimed street dudes, right? From what it looked like to me, it seemed like these dudes they wouldn't even move unless they got approval from Thug. Nigga, these niggas damn near wouldn't drink water, call their mom, sign a record deal, wear no shoes. They probably called him to get his approval when they got dressed, bruh, at this point. These is grown men that's looking for the approval from a dude that wear dresses, nigga. And now we seeing the tendencies that really come with Young Thug. He really got feminine tendencies because the things that he doing over this phone is what girls do. They gossip all day. That's what girls do. They get with their girls and they do girl things. They gossip. Thug on the phone. He supposed to be a street dude. You going through a street situation. You on the phone with a rapper. But the rappers you talking to supposed to be street dudes too. And they listening to your femininity over these jail calls about all these other dudes. And they having some type of input on the situation, which makes them niggas just as bad sometimes. And I will give it to 21 Savage because he was trying to be rational and doing it in a manner where nigga get your money, don't crash out over how you feel. I feel where he coming from. So I don't really look at Savage like he necessarily just like a yes man, because at the end of the day, he was moving off of loyalty, and by loyalty, he didn't want to associate himself with Gunna if Thug wasn't messing with Gunna. I understand that. But he also sat there and tried to improvise with Thug about what he felt he wanted to do, and he gave his input as to what he felt like what you should really do instead of doing that, because you kind of crashing out and you kind of put too much energy into the wrong things, get this money, because at the end of the day, business is business. But the rest of these niggas allowed Thug to be feminine on that phone, man, and gossip 24/7, man. So some of them niggas is just as bad because you got the option to stop this nigga and talk about something else. Thug, this happening right here, I don't feel like it's nothing else in Atlanta. That's Gucci and Jeezy didn't tear Atlanta apart. Shorty Low and T.I. didn't tear Atlanta apart. We watched Thug and YFN Lucci get into it so bad it took both their sides to jail. Then we watch certain things in YSL take place where it's putting people in a position where now you watching business ventures be broken up, people unfollowing people on Instagram. It's a lot of animosity and envy and jealousy, and it's a lot of that going on now over these damn Thug calls. So if you ask me, I'm gonna say Young Thug is responsible for what's going on in the environment right now. They calling Atlanta Rat-Lanta, not because of somebody else, not because of T.I.'s community service card, not because of Gunna's Crime Stoppers. It ain't because of none of that. It's because of YSL got knocked, nigga. And when they went down, all them niggas played out and said, yes, ma'am, YSL game. Yes, ma'am, we do things in furtherance of the game. And then you feel some type of way because of all these niggas did that, but you been doing it. We should have knew when everybody in Atlanta started putting Thug on a pedestal. We should have knew it wasn't going to end right far as Thugger go, because we've been questioning Thugger his whole career. We ain't from Atlanta, so we don't know that just because he wore this dress, that ain't really him. Nigga, he wore the dress. Whether he wore the dress because he just wanted to do it or he wore the dress because that's him, he wore the dress. So to put a nigga like that on the pedestal, when y'all all supposed to be these in the trench type of street dudes, it speak volumes, bruh, because y'all vouch that much for this dude. And Look how he turned out.
You was having paper then, buddy. You feel me? You having paper. They go to show you, bro, you really kind of stupid. You really slow and stupid. You really ain't got no sense, man. Come on, man. You ain't got no sense, bro. That's why I always tell motherfuckers, bro. Having money don't make you a boss. Having money don't make you a leader, bro. Because you got to be able to think. You got to be able to lead people the right way. That's what makes you a real leader. That's what makes you a boss. Not the money. The money don't make you a boss. Because evidently, you had the paper and you still weren't operating like a boss. You still weren't operating like a leader, bro. You led all these people astray, bro. Come on, bro. You led all these people astray. Then you talk about everybody right behind their back. You don't got no love and no loyalty for nobody. Nigga, not even your own family. Not even your own family, bro. You did so much bad shit, bro, this whole time, bro.
And we're going to leave this right here, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think Young Thug ruined Atlanta, man? Did he put a bad papers on Atlanta by what's going on with the YSL case and these jail calls coming out, man? We seeing a lot. We hearing a lot. And Thug ain't responding the way we feel like he should be responding to a lot of these allegations and a lot of the things that we heard, because these jail calls ain't allegations. We really heard these. It's really actual factual. So at the end of the day, the papers that Atlanta carrying right now, they calling Atlanta Ratlanta. This not because of a whole bunch of niggas walking around Atlanta ratting. This because Young Thug and all the niggas he had with him was responsible for ratting. So is Young Thug responsible for ruining Atlanta, nigga? Let me know in the comments, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Ain't no news like street news. It's time for that culture for the streets, man. It's your boy Mafia. Live from 3300 Trap Street, man. I'm out.